name is Ms. Bekka. I am a youth service library associate with the Mercer County Library System. And today I wanted to share a virtual book display and reading ladder that I recently created for a class that I was taking in my journey of becoming a librarian. So I will be having the link to this resource shared in the description of this video. I'm going to point out that this is an interactive display, and the first element of the display that I'll be going over is how to use the resource. But first, I really want to introduce this display a little bit more. I titled this three web page display, The Sky's the Limit. The theme for the display is that it is an interactive reading ladder that explores books written about youth who don't let their disability prevent them from living their life. So now that I have introduced the theme of the display / reading ladder, I'm going to click on how to use this resource. So first off, what is a reading ladder? Well, Terry Lessesny is a creator of reading ladders, which are a series or set of books that are related in some way and that demonstrate a gradual progression from simple to complex. So this is why you'll see that the bottom rung, so to say, of the ladder is picture books in this reading ladder. And it goes all the way up to YA titles. I have a quick note. There are many forms of disabilities. Not all are represented in this display. It is recommended to use this reading ladder as a starting point and to really seek out different voices and experiences. It is also recommended to read both fiction and nonfiction accounts. So how should you use this reading ladder? Reading ladders give recommended reads with alternative options and growing points to be able to better understand complicated subjects. For this truly massive topic, it is recommended to read broadly and to try to read multiple books per level with the option of circling back to different levels. And pro tip, picture books are for every level reader, even adults. So I read picture books. I strongly recommend that you do too, no matter how old you are. So you'll see here that I have my entry level reading ladder rung. You'll also see that my recommended reads I highlighted or indicated in this fuchsia hot pink color. So under fiction, I featured Just Ask. And if you click here, you can learn more about the title and why I really appreciate this title. It's a winner of the Snyder Family Book Award. Sonia Sotomayor wrote this book and did a really great job, in my opinion, of using her own experience as a child who was diagnosed with diabetes to look at the experience of being othered for a disability, and also to show how you can be different, you can be brave, and you can be you. I have discovery elements under all of my book descriptions. So in this case, you can learn more from the publisher about the book, or you can click for a YouTube reading. And pro tip, if any of you are doing our summer reading program, listening to a YouTube reading absolutely does count for your reading log. Now, under nonfiction, we have All the Way to the Top by Annette Bay Pimentel. So we click on this, and we can see that this happens to be a 2021 Snyder Family Book Award for Young Children's Honor Book. Again, this is nonfiction, and this is about Jennifer Keelan, the activist whose participation in the Capitol crawl at just 8 years old encouraged Congress to pass the Americans with Disabilities Act. This is a really incredible story. And if you look under the discoverability elements, you can click to watch the book read by the author. Now, in my two books that I mentioned here, I talked about awards. So I do have a section here on literary awards. A lot of them, a lot of the books that I added in my display and reading ladder have won awards or honors from the Snyder Family Book Award. You can learn more about the award here. That's also an excellent resource for finding books about characters with disabilities. You can also look here for the Rebellion Prize, and you can look here for the Dolly Gray Children's Literature Award. But again, just reading two books off of a ladder, while is better than nothing, really, there's just so many different titles out there, and this is just barely even getting started. So I really recommend looking through here. A personal favorite of mine is the story behind Rescue and Jessica. So I'm going to click to the next page, which is middle grade reading ladder rung. In the library world, these are J or juvenile books. So under fiction, I have Hummingbird, and here we have Hummingbird by Natalie Lloyd, which is an amazing story about 12-year-old Olive who is transitioning from being homeschooled to going into a mainstream school and dealing with having brittle bone disease. I listened to this book on audiobook narrated by the author, who also has the same disease. And it was phenomenal. I recommend it for older kids, teens, and adults. Here you can click to hear what the book is about from the author herself. And yes, that is a typo that I will be fixing after this video because librarian students make mistakes too. Okay, so here under nonfiction, I have I'm Not a Label, which is a collection of 34 disabled artists, thinkers, athletes, and activists from past to present with mini biographies. And I think that this is a really great compilation of how different people who face different challenges have still gone on to really make change and bring wonderful things into the world. Again, highly recommend reading across ladder, not just one book up each rung. And the last rung that I have is my young adult reading ladder, or YA reading ladder. And I personally run a virtual book club for the library system for adults who read YA books. So I definitely do believe that adults should read YA books. Here under fiction, I selected The Running Dream as my top pick. This is a Snyder Family Book Award winner, and this is about Jessica who loses a leg in a car accident, and she's told that she will never run again. But she is determined to do so. So this is a really inspiring book. And under nonfiction, I selected Disability, Visibility. This is the YA adaptation of the book. This is 17 eye-opening essays in disability visibility, all written by disabled people who offer keen insight into the complex and rich disability experience. They examine life's ableism and inequality, its challenges and losses, and celebrate life with wisdom, passion, and joy. All of the books in this reading ladder, as July is Disability Pride Month, I hope that this reading ladder slash display inspires you to read books about characters and real people who have disabilities, to learn more about this subject, and to continue reading these books throughout the year. Thank you for watching. Bye.